Alright, so it's currently Wednesday morning, it's after 12. So, an update on yesterday. I took a trade yesterday, but actually, it stopped us on that particular trade. I'm still going to share details about the trade immediately after this sleep. And I'm on a trade currently on GBP and it's still just ranging within my stop loss range, but it's reversing currently. I'm going to attach a screenshot right beside this side of the camera so you can see it's ranging currently, but I'm very optimistic that price actually pushes to my direction, because that's the least I can just do, just be optimistic, and eventually price does whatever it wants to do, then it's still fine. We still have tomorrow, Thursday, and also Friday to come back and just do what we can do, just follow the rules and just make sure everything is still on point. So that's an update for now. I'm still going to update you about the trade later. Alright, it's currently Thursday, and I was able to give an update about the trade I took yesterday, which eventually actually reversed. At the last clip I said the market was kind of consolidating, and eventually it did to my stop loss, and we were actually down 2R with that trade for this week. And I took a trade this morning which actually went profitable, and it happened so fast that I could not even record because I kind of came into the chart late, and I already mapped out the zones I was looking out for price to reject off, and immediately I just saw price action around the region. Actually, I just locked in my position, and it was just so fast. So, and I was having issues with recording as well. So the space of the phone was kind of full. So that's that about that. And let me just take you into the chart and just show you how everything panned out. Alright, so this was the trade I took yesterday, the one that later went to stop loss around here. Yeah, around here. So I was expecting a pullback to this trend line before creating another corrective move to the downside, but it did not even come back to the entries on the had in mind. So I just left it, and eventually did not even go to take profit. But I started about that, and today this was the trade I took this morning. This is the trade, and what was the thing I saw? I saw price rejecting off of this one. This is actually a key zone here, this zone, and I said I was expecting more buys this week, and I already mapped out this zone, and price came in and tapped in, and it gave weak rejection around this region, and immediately I saw price close bullish here. I locked in the position, and it went for 1 to 2. So along the line I actually reduced the stop, and immediately just tapped take profit here. I've just closed the trade. So that's about that. So far this let me delete this since it was not a valid setup again. So I took a loss on this, and this has catered for the 2 losses we had for the week here. So I'll still be optimistic about taking a trade today. Hopefully I see a trade, and if I don't see a trade, I'm not going to be taking any, I'm not going to be forcing it. But I still expect price to come to this trend line here. But whatever happens, I'm still going to drop an update later. So that's everything that has happened for now, and that's all. Alright, so a quick update about the trade I took this morning. I took a trade this morning. I also took another one during a London session, and the 2 trades actually went to take profit, and it catered for the losses I incurred on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's the beauty of trading. You just have to make sure that your risk management is top notch, so you'll be able to maximize your wins whenever you have them, and you minimize your wins whenever you have them. So that's basically it. I'm going to be taking you into the screen. I also share the trade I actually took, the second trade I took during New York session. So stay tuned, and let's just go into the screen. Alright, so this were the 2 trades I took for today, and this was the second one I took during New York into New York session. So I had my first. Wow, what a splash! I'm actually expecting a bounce off of this, but that's by the way. That's still tomorrow, anyways. So I was expecting a rejection around this trend line here. I was expecting a third bounce. Let me show you. So we had. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame so you can see things clearer. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we had the first touch here. We had the second touch here, and we had the third touch here. So it was this third touch I was anticipating on the 15 minutes time frame to capitalize on. So let me go back to the 15 minutes time frame. Alright. Yeah. So this was the first trade. And what actually, so I was expecting price to bounce up off of this trend line, but price did not come to the level, did not come to the trend line to tap it. And this level, this zone here, is actually a very strong zone, and there is also a mini zone here. This small one that I actually drew, there's a mini zone as well. And price came in, it created wicks around this region, and I was just waiting for price to close above this zone, and if you look closely, it did close above the zone that I actually drew. So immediately I saw price close above, I locked in the position, and that was what gave us this first profit we actually had here. And on the second trade I took, okay, and you see this zone is strong. Price is still not touching this trend line, but let's see. It still will eventually touch it. I might even break. But let's go to this. This was the second trade, and what was I looking for around this region? The initial buyers I had for this week was buy, and you might have a question: why am I even going in for this sell in the first place? So I saw a trend line coming from the 4-hour time frame, and that's this particular one, this one coming from the 4-hour time frame. Let me look that so that we should see. And we also had our eye of the week around that region, and there is also a counter trade line, which is this one. I was anticipating the price come to eat it, and then at most the most price will actually do is just come to this counter trade line and just reverse, and it did not even touch it. So I had my counter trade line, this particular one. We had this for our trend line coming from the 4-hour time frame, and we also have our eye of the week. So immediately I even saw price approaching this trend line, this particular trend line here. I already locked in a position around here, and when price got to this region, I started creating wicks. I entered 3 remaining positions because I was expecting something like a W pattern, an M pattern rather, which it eventually formed. If I go to the line chart, you will see that it created an M pattern, as you can see here. So immediately I saw that, I knew we were actually about to go in for a long sell to the downside, because we had all our conferences are suggesting the market is going to retrace, and we shouldn't be trading against the trend, as the popular saying is. In the immediate, the forecast I had initially was to go to for 1 to 3, but I knew the probability of it to change 1 to 3 is very, very slim, and that was why I adjusted it back to just taking 1 to 2 and not just get greedy with the whole thing. So I took my 1 to 2, and that was that for the trade. I broke even at some point when price got to 1 to 1. I reduced the stop to half of the initial risk I actually put in on the trade, and when I saw the price came to 1 to 1.5, I broke even to this line here, because when price rejected to this region, it was using the Fibonacci. That's actually a very significant level. I think it's 50.061.8, one of the two. and I saw price break beneath it, I knew we are still going to have this push to the downside, and this zone is a zone that price is most likely not going to come into this red line. That's our low of the week. Yeah, that's our low of the week. So that's the zone price will most likely not come back into. I'm going to still be attaching the screenshots to it so you can see how I actually broke even at. So that's that about that, and that's all about the trade. It's currently 10:08 and I'm actually done for the day. I just wanted to document this, but I'm watching out for a reversal from this region. So tomorrow London session, if I see price close above this zone and also this trend line, I will be looking at the candlestick formation and basically the price action around here to see what I'm going to be doing. And if I don't see an entry, I'm not going to be forcing it, and I'll just leave it to play out seamlessly. And if I don't see a trade, I'm not going to be taking it. I'm not going to be forcing anything. So that's all for now. Alright, so an update on the setup I was looking at. So price actually broke above the zone I was looking at for price to reject, and it went far beyond what I was even expecting. Even if it closes like above it, I'll be able to enter, but it's closed above it. So the stop loss is going to be wide if I eventually even enter the trade and it's not visible. It's going to give me the return I was anticipating. So that's an update on the trade. I'm going to be attaching a screenshot so you can see. So it's currently Saturday, and it's 9:28 currently. So I took another trade eventually yesterday. It was not up to New York session before I took the trade. So it played out just as I was anticipating. There was a zone I marked out before mapping the higher zone, and the one at the top. I guess I should just use the system to explain, or probably my phone to explain, so you can just get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Alright, so this was the initial zone I was looking out for price to reject off of. Price broke out of it, so I went to the 1 hour time frame just to check for possible reversal zones, and that was when I mapped this particular zone. This particular one, that was when I mapped it out. So all I just had to do was just to go back to the 15 minutes time frame to look for an entry, and there's also this trend line, this particular one that I drew from the 1 hour time frame. This particular one I drew from the 1 hour time frame, and I just came to the 15 minutes time frame, and I knew price was just going to most probably reject. But so I knew price was just going to come and just give like weak. Although I did not enter when immediately it created this bullish candlestick before the weak rejection that's created here. So I just waited patiently for price to close and then give me an entry. Price coming back to I entered on this third candlestick here, the one that created this particular one. I entered when it reversed back to my entry here. So that was basically what happened. So it is a counter trend. There is a zone on the 15 minutes time frame which I knew was not going to be strong any longer, and this is a very strong zone from the 1 hour time frame. So immediately I saw price tap into this zone that I already had before. I knew price was going to reject a little bit, then come and eventually break it. So that was it, and this move that actually gave us the TP was actually news, and I was anticipating another buy from here, but I was not seeing price action to validate the entry. So because I was seeing wicks here, so I could not enter the trade. So when price eventually tanked, my god. So price eventually tanked down so much, This is more than how many pips now? There is around 47 pips. That's massive. That's like 1 to 18, bro. That's a lot. So that's like 1 to 18 pips, but then actually I just got 1 to 4. Yeah. 1 to 4, yeah. I think. Yeah. So just 1 to 4. How did I cut on this? So 1 to 4 was what I got on this, and it was the news that gave us the each push to the downside. There was news by 1:30, so I'm still going to attach a screenshot as a screen recording as well. So this. So like I just shown you, so we had a 4-hour trade yesterday. It gave us 4, so that's 2% for that trade alone. So it gave us 2% for that trade alone. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday we had 2 losses. That's -1%. On Thursday we had 4-hour as well, and that's +2% that for yesterday. So that's basically we are up to 4% for the week like that. So initially this week seemed as it was going to be no week, but then we came out stronger. So next week we are going to be optimistic and just come to the chart, just do the analysis and just be patient. Just be patient and wait for our zones to be tapped in. And most importantly, understanding about price action is really what you need. You really don't need big grammars. It is what it is at the end of the day. As long as it is giving you profit, you stick to whatever you are doing that is working with you. But then your understanding of price action is what is going to give you an edge in the market. So that's basically it for this week. And remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. As well, turn on your post notifications so you'll be one of the first person to get access to the videos whenever I drop them. So that's all for now. We'll see you next week.